A lot of people will complain that they have shin splints. There's a bit of confusion about shin splints. A true shin splint is actually a fracture in the shin bone. And just for the amount of force that's being put on the bone, it can actually start to fracture. But the most common shin splints are muscular related, where the muscles actually attach onto the shin bone. You can have what they call posterior and you can have anterior shin splints because there's two different muscle groups. Depending on the type of foot you have will determine which one you end up with. So a lot of people, when they come in, they say, I have shin splints. They're not really sure which one it is. They just know they have a lot of pain in their shins when they're trying to run around. If you have shin pain, first thing you should be doing is putting ice on your shins as soon as you finish sport. So I go back to the principle, the RICE principle: rest, ice, compression and elevation. And then you need to see a podiatrist as soon as you can, because I would say 9 out of 10 cases of shin splints are related to feet that don't work the way that they should.